others. Well, that leads me to this next thing. You know, if you are feeling like leadership is something that you can work on, there are so many books out there, and these are just a few of those books. So 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by
John Maxwell, right?
Woo! Love it. 5 Levels of Leadership by
Maxwell? Is it Maxwell?
It is! That was a trick question. All right. Okay. This is another trick question. Wooden on Leadership by
Maxwell.
Nope. John Wooden. Good guess. Good guess. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by
Oh, I know this one. He's a big one. Yeah. Stephen Covey.
Yep. You got it. Start with Why by
Simon Sinek.
You guys are the bomb. Tribes
By Keyshawn.
This one's by Seth Godin. And guys, that one is like less than 4 hours on Audible. So if you wanted something to read today while you're working out or something like that, is a very, very, very quick read. All right, but the list goes on and on. There are so many leadership books. Don't allow the skill to, or the discipline of learning that skill to be what holds you back. You can learn any skill. All right, so like I said, leadership is influence, and I said that quote. And so when we're talking about what does leadership look like in the Team Beachbody business, I think, and Christina agrees, obviously, that there are 3 layers of leadership in the Beachbody business. It's 1, leading yourself; 2, leading your team; 3, leading your leaders. And so the purpose of this particular segment is to determine whether your actions are in line with your goals to being the leaders that you want to desire. So that first layer is leading yourself. You can't lead others until you first learn to lead yourself. I love this cartoon. Do as I say, not as I do, but you don't do anything. Exactly. All right. So what are some ways that you can lead yourself? Well, you're engaging in the 4 vital behaviors daily. You know that personal development is a requirement. It is a must happen every day, not an option. You have developed your 3-pronged story. It's a product-based story, it's an experience and non-tangible based story, and it's a financially based story. You have honed in your skills and you're continuing to learn your skills, such as your communication. And that's your public speaking 101, and not just on stage, but on stage too. Your social media. I've heard so many people like, I'm just going to completely throw away Facebook, even though I've built this amazing business so far on Facebook because the algorithms are changing. And it's like, dude, when you were a nurse or a teacher or a hairstylist, you had to continue your education. You had to go back and get recertified and all that good stuff. And this is the same thing. So don't get discouraged when algorithms change, when the internet changes, because I can guarantee that the way you build your business today online is not going to be the way that you're going to be building your business in a year from now. The internet's changing. Facebook, social media is changing. And so be okay with honing in your social media skills. Shakeology, that's our bread and butter, right? Know Shakeology. Know the ins and outs of Shakeology. And then also know exactly who you're talking to. Have developed your brand. Seek out training if you're not quite sure what that means. In regards to your niche and figuring out how to quote unquote develop your avatar. You're also achieving Success Club every month. You have made that a non-negotiable. You do what it takes to hit Success Club every month, period. And you are recruiting like it is your job, and you know that you're never falling less than 50%, half of your day recruiting. So, and I'll go more into this, but never spend less than half of your day on recruiting. You're hosting challenge groups each month. You're also doing your power hour. You understand the compensation plan and how to earn team cycle bonuses and the volume requirements for different ranks, and also basic coach placement strategies. You developed a CEO mindset. You know your Coach Line office. You know where things are, and you are the YouTube boss. You engage with your team and with Team Beachbody, with us at corporate. You attend events like this. So I'm preaching to the choir. You invest in your business like this. So again, preaching to the choir. And that's in time and monetary, right? And you also establish boundaries for your business, meaning you schedule non-negotiable personal and family time. And if you're one that's like, Keisha, I really can't schedule business hours, then schedule non-business hours. So those are some hows on leading yourself, the first layer of leadership in Team Beachbody. So then the second layer is leading your team or your organization. I love John C. Maxwell, so you're going to, yeah. So leaders become great, not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower. All right, so how? I'm sorry, was there a question? Okay, just making sure. Feel free to stop me anytime, guys, if you have any questions. All right, so the how in leading our team. Well, you have created systems and calendars. You've given your team access to know how you approach your power hour, what you have on your to-do list, how you manage your time and balance as much as possible. You host monthly team trainings and GSRs with new coaches as well as your new diamonds. Once you get those new diamonds, let's have a leadership conversation. Excuse me, you're hosting team calls. You're creating opportunities for your team to grow and get results by hosting sneak peeks, by giving them and empowering them with that opportunity to speak and lead those business opportunity calls, and also incentivizing those positive behaviors and those actions. I love this. And I forgot who originally came up with it, but I heard it from Lori Wright, and it's a ring the bell where she lists out all the actions. So she'll list like 5 or so actions. I think that they can control. I did my workout. I invited people, I added people to my list, et cetera, the list goes on. And so people go and chime into her group and say, hey, I'm ringing the bell. And she's actually embedded a little bell, it dings. And it's really cool. And she's incentivizing and rewarding those positive behaviors, those actions that's going to get to the attainment of those goals. All right. So she's creating, speaking of that, because of that, a Success Club culture. And she's finding ways to recognize them. She's finding ways that are outside that box to recognize them. She knows how to teach the compensation plan and coach placement and how to maximize their income with advanced placement strategies. And she works with people who are matching her energy, and not depleting it. Guys, that is probably so important. Know when it's okay to let go. Know when it's better for the group, better for you, better for everyone to let go, because we are here to mentor and not babysit, and know that there's going to be about 20% of your people that are going to be doing 80% of the work. So know that 80-20 rule. And then also know your coach's whys and how they're motivated, and then love them on every stage of where they're at in their journey. You are in the know. So you know about Country Heat's release, and you're kind of dropping little hint bombs. You know about things that are coming up and requirements that are coming up and deadlines that are coming up, etc. You rally your team to attend those events that you have been so adamant about attending, such as Summit and the Success Club trip, and you're striving to get your team to New Leader Conference and leadership. You understand those deadlines, like I mentioned, the bonus requirements, recognition. We have some that recently, just the last day to begin qualification started just last week for Summit. And then we have some other ones coming up too. So understand Elite and Premier Recognition Program. Well, we just went through that. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask them. You seek out leaders in your downline. You control your emotional state. Oh my goodness, a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago at this point, we were opening up the track registration, and there were a few people who registered early. And so what we did was we said, okay, let's release everyone from the list, and we're going to try this again tomorrow. OMG. Guys, you would have thought that we said we're canceling Summit and no one is getting their refund, no one's getting their money back. You would have thought that it was like literally the end of the world. People were cursing us out and telling us what we should have done. And it's just like, guys, we could be taking that time to have maybe a live power hour with your team, or do some sort of team building, culture building on your team, instead of being so negative and rallying your team to be that negative, to have that negative emotional state also, because we know that positivity is hard to achieve, but negativity really does spread like locusts. So leading your team, you're also understanding the trends associated with this business, and you know how to manage the expectations and why it's important. You're perceived as a leader amongst your peers, and you are proactive and not reactive. Okay, so that's leading your team. So then the third layer is leading your leaders. A leader is one who sees more than others sees, who sees farther than others sees, and who sees before others sees. So at this point, you have a clear vision. You know where you want your team to go. You've established a team culture based off that vision. And I mentioned before, do you understand the trends? Well, you generate momentum and you foresee the drops in momentum based on those trends. So maybe if, quote unquote, the third quarter is slower, then maybe you're right now beginning to offset that with either driving it now, or maybe it's having some sort of let's come together and hoorah. Maybe it's a retreat during that time. Regardless, but you foresee those momentums and you generate, or excuse me, you see the drops in momentum and you generate the momentum because of that. You also create opportunities for your leaders to grow and grow outside the nest. It's okay for your leaders to fly. That's what we want them to do, right? And you are the ethical and moral compass of the team, meaning if you are, sending gift cards for people to get their customer active so that they can remain diamond, so that you can remain, that's not okay. And you are the ethical moral compass of your team. And so guess what? The way you build is the way your team's going to build. And you don't want to be in jeopardy of bonus buying and getting your business taken away from you. So also don't let ignorance be the thing that makes your team be scrupulous, meaning go and get the policies and procedures, familiarize yourself with that. You want to make sure that you are totally the ethical, moral compass of your team and you understand the policies and procedures and you are compliant with your business. You also understand the big picture. And like I mentioned, leadership, you are an influencer. You do what you tell your coaches or expect your coaches to do. All right, I'm going to go. We're almost done. You make tough decisions and you know when and how to implement new trainings. You've earned the respect of your team and other leaders and corporate through your actions. You take responsibilities when things are bad, but you don't take responsibility when things are good. And you go above and beyond for the good of the team and the network. And then you know when issues are important or when there's simply a cost of doing business. And so those are some ways that you lead your leaders. And remember, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way, which is another John C. Maxwell quote. So the 3 layers of leadership in Beachbody: leading yourself, leading your team, leading your leaders, by Christina Delgado. So this is actually a piece from Brigitte Linford's training that she did on time management for us here at corporate. And I mentioned it just a little bit, and now I kind of want to go in a little deeper. So as we're talking about the 3 layers of leadership, I want to ensure that we are maximizing our time. So what Brigitte said was that as a 15-star diamond, she spends half of her day recruiting and half of her day building. So if this business were divided into 2 entities, recruiting and building, she literally never spends less than half of her day building her business. So recruiting, Success Club 10, leading by example, those are her invites and her personal messages and her own personal 4 vital behaviors, team building, doing whatever's necessary to help her coaches advance. Implementing new trainings, team calls, etc. So she never spends less than half of her day on that recruiting. So brand new coach, they have no team to build, so they're 100 diamond. What often happens here is that we have a team, oh my gosh, I'm going to work with them each individually, and I'm not really going to be recruiting because this is the fun part, right? This is the fun part, we get a team, we have a family, and they end up spending 80% building and 20% recruiting when it should be flip-flopped. It should be 80-20. 2-star diamond premier coach, 70-30. 5-star diamond elite coach is 60-40. Yeah. Everything okay? Okay. What'd you say?
There's some random guys talking.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Okay. All right. Is this better?
Yep. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry guys, that was everyone's kind of coming into the office now. And so everyone's kind of being loud. So I apologize. I just have maybe about 7 to 8 more minutes. Is that okay? Okay. All right. Any questions about anything? Okay. Well, then I'm going to pick back up. Can you guys still see my screen? Okay. All right. And is it on all the top secrets to success?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. So going back in, oh my gosh, how many times have you heard the secret to success, the secret to success? Guys, I'm here to tell you the real secret to success in this business, really in life, and that's consistency. And then I'm going to add this one on, and patience. Seriously, the secret to success, consistency and patience. Consistency with what we've already talked about, consistency with your time management, and then this thing, consistency with the leadership ladder and all that entails. At this point, you guys are all diamonds. You guys are all leaders. If you are not using and implementing the leadership ladder into your trainings and on your team, you're really doing yourself and your team a disservice, because the leadership ladder, it really encompasses everything that we focus on. It talks about rank, it talks about Success Club, it talks about income, and this is a great way for your coaches to have confidence to know that they are in line with where they should be. I have coaches who always ask me, well, how do I know if I'm doing well? Well, how are you doing as far as the leadership ladder goes? Because we didn't just pull these numbers. These are, scientifically proven numbers. So I encourage you guys to not focus on rank, not focus on bank, not just focus on Success Club, but really focus on this leadership ladder, which marries all of those so beautifully together. And I think gives also the confidence to stay around, because a diamond who's making $18 every now and then is probably less likely to stay around than a diamond who's making $1,000 a month as a team leader. So leadership ladder, being consistent with that, being patient with it also. All right, so love this Theo quote. Far better is it to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in the gray twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. Oh my gosh. The first time I read that, I was like, whoo, mediocrity is not an option. Mediocrity cannot be an option for you if you want to achieve your goals. Don't live in that gray twilight area. Be fearless. And who said this? I forgot which book it came. Okay, I'm gonna pass over that. I forgot who said it, and I don't want to mess it up. So, but it's one thing to, like, we don't want to we don't actually want to fail. When we say, fail forward and don't be scared, we don't actually want to fail, but we want the ability to be fearless about the desire of failing. So we don't actually want to fail when we do these things, right? It's just that we're willing to give it our all, and if whatever happens, that's that feeling that we want, not the actual failure, but fail forward and don't live in that gray twilight area, that mediocre area. All right, so now we're on to this. It's time to take the leap. Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. Don't be scared of the potential of failure. All right, so why not take the leap? And whatever that leap is, I want you to think about it right now. Think about what leap it is that you have been maybe fearful of. Think about it, write it down. Everybody got their leap? Okay, so why not take that leap? What's been holding you back? One thing that I know, and that I'm a bit of a thrill seeker, and what I noticed that is very common between quote unquote thrill seekers and these people who are ultimately so successful with achieving whatever it is that they wanted to achieve, and that's they're willing to fail forward. They're willing to try audacious things. They're willing to literally take the leap. And then they rely on their parachutes. And here in Beachbody, there are some figurative parachutes that you can rely on. But I'm going to talk about why not. Why not? Whatever it is that you wrote down, look at it. Say it quietly to yourself, that leap that you've been fearful of. These are some characteristics of people who have taken the leap. Well, they were tired of where they were. Are you tired of thinking about that leap and not taking it? They've learned that it's okay to be a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously. So is it maybe because you're fearful of how other people will perceive you? It's okay to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. And so now those people who take the leap, well, now they can constantly set audacious goals and they consistently take the leaps of faith. And they do things that they once thought they never would do because of that. And so look at that again and know that these thrill seekers, these successful people, our top coaches that have maybe taken that leap that you're fearful of, they're no different than you. You can do this. They're moms and dads, and some have college education, some don't. Some have done network marketing, some haven't. Some have jobs, some want to stay in their job. Nothing makes them different. They're just like you. But know that success is a mindset. So do you have it in your affirmations? Are you really making it a point to think of yourself as successful? Because to be successful, guys, there will be both things that you like to do and things you don't like to do. And you don't need the self-discipline to do the things you like to do. But if all you do are the things you like to do about coaching, chances are you're going to come up short of your goals. And so you need that self-discipline to do the things you don't like to do. But also what makes successful people successful is the self-discipline to do the things that aren't easy, but are necessary. Because it isn't that those things are less hard or difficult to those people, but it's that those successful people have the discipline to look at them in a different way, as a part of the process, as a part of the price, because success is a mindset. And those successful people are constantly willing to take the leap of faith. And as they take the leap of faith and become those thrill seekers, they rely on those parachutes. And like I mentioned, there are some figurative parachutes. And in Beachbody, that's your personal development. Heck, in life, it's your personal development. And it's your team. It's this team that you're on. Like I said, this does not happen often. And so the fact that I know you must be on an amazing team, I know that that is for sure a parachute that you can rely on as you take the leap of faith. No one's going to let you fall flat on your face. And then Team Beachbody. Guys, if you're not a part of the Champions page, get on the Champions page. We have tons of business producing activities and tips and best practices shared from top coaches on there. It's thebond.com, your success partner, your training, but not just your training. Don't just go through the motions. Don't just go through the training, but go actually implement it. Figure out what's conducive to you and your team and your culture, and then go implement that training, because it's not about what you know. It's about what you do with what you know. It's about how you implement that training, how your team duplicates that training. And then be constantly putting yourself in the place of highest potential, meaning you are constantly hitting Success Club, period. That's leadership. That's a great parachute to rely on. You are striving for Elite and Premier, a parachute, and you are completely focusing on the leadership ladder. All right, so I'm going to skip over this because I know that we're limited on time, and I'm sorry, guys. So I'm going to end. All right, so I'm going to end with this. And I just want to, again, reiterate that regardless of what your leap is, maybe it's not elite, maybe it's not premier, maybe it's starting a program from start to finish, whatever, maybe it's really stepping into this leadership role. Whatever your leap is, I encourage you all to take that leap today, starting right now. Be a thrill seeker because you won't regret it. And so what this video highlights are our most successful people, our thrill seekers who let us know that it's all worth it.
Because we get the chance to look at you in the face and officially congratulate you as in 2015 Elite Coach!
You guys! We did it, we did it. you for calling me. It's the best day ever. Everyone on the street in Chicago can hear me too, right? I'm a 2015 elite coach.
Number 3.
We should have been cuter for this moment.
You're an official 2015.
I am a 4-time elite coach. I am a 2015 elite coach, baby. And I am a 2015 elite coach. Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Atkins, and I am a 2015 elite coach.
And I'm her husband, David Atkins, and I'm a 2015 elite coach.
Good.
The one goal you work for all year is to like finally have it be official. It's like
We do have some absolutely incredible news for you. Mr. Neiman?
Well, Brittany, congratulations. You are the 10th of our Elite 10 coaches for 2015. Congratulations.
seriously? Are you serious?
We're serious. You're joining us in Bora Bora.
I wish my husband was here right now. Oh my god. This is the ugly cry. This is the ugly cry. Thank you guys so much for always inspiring.
All right, so we talked about what elite is and what elite leadership looks like. I walked you through what it looks like to be a thrill seeker and how you can rely on your parachutes. And so at this point, I just encourage you, whatever you wrote down, to take the leap. It's going to be worth it. That's all I have. I'm done.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Are there any questions about anything? Maybe not even related to the presentation?
Maybe just talk about the benefits of going 2-star, because a lot of us do that this year. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Nah, I don't know. We're here. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, ladies. Enjoy the rest of your retreat.
Thank you,
Keisha. Bye.
Bye. Got it? I got it. I'm glad we recorded.
Let me cover up my shirt so you don't see down my shirt, girls.
I feel like I just want to play that through the Zoom call. Yeah.